Following up tonight on results for Republicans and their generally disappointing results after pre-election hopes of capitalizing on the so-called red wave and making some progress at the state level. Well, tonight it's prompting discussion on what went wrong and maybe a new strategy for the party. News 5's Maggie Bryan spoke with local political experts about what's next for the GOP. Maggie, what'd they tell you?
Wave that Republicans were so confident in last night broke before it hit the shore, so to speak. And tonight, and after the election is certified, it appears that Democrats will continue to control the governor's office, the state house, and Senate. And those I talked to say Republicans need to moderate the middle to succeed in elections, which may mean changing the message.
I'm so deeply honored.
Victory speeches from blue candidates across Colorado, signifying a non-existent red wave in the state that Republicans had hoped for.
It was a pretty grim evening for Republicans.
So why didn't the Republican message resonate? I talked with a couple of political experts here in the Springs, including Neil Shearer, a former Iowa State senator who volunteered on Heidi Ganahl's campaign, and Josh Dunn, a political science professor at UCCS.
I think in Colorado, the problem for Republicans might be that the Republican label is just very toxic at the moment, and they're going to have to rebuild some trust with voters. How they do that, I don't know.
An unclear path forward for the GOP, but a large opportunity to seize on the largest voting bloc, unaffiliated voters. Over 45% of Colorado voters are not tied to a party. The largest unaffiliated age group is 25 to 34 years old. And when asked,
"What's next?"
Shearer says appealing to those voters is the goal.
If we want to win elections and have our views and values presented, we need to get those folks to address it, and we need to figure out what they're thinking. You know, what are the important things for them?
Dunn says election denying may not be the best approach.
Saying that the elections are rigged actually is self-defeating, because if voters hear that and they think, well, they're rigged, it actually creates a disincentive for them to turn out.
And a centralized message is what Republicans have strayed away from.
When you get elected, you're not elected as a Republican or Democrat. You're elected to represent all the people in that district. And that's what we've gotten away from.
And Dunn says the key voters to rally are in the suburbs, especially in the Denver metro area. He says that is something that Democrats achieved this time around. Rob.